Alright, I'm going to tie crawdad pattern that I came up with and developed. Been through a few iterations so far. Here's the finished example. This one I'm going to tie on a 90-degree jig hook, an Eagle Claw 1/0 90-degree hook. I've never tied one on a 90-degree hook, but I'm going to give it a shot today. So the first thing I'll always do is I'll put that dumbbell barbell eye on. It goes on the bottom side of the hook. And this combined with the 90-degree angle of the hook will keep the fly riding with the point up. This is a bottom bouncing fly, so keeping the hook up is important. Go ahead and advance the thread back. First thing I tie in is the legs. I've got a couple strips of zonker pre-cut here. This one's olive. Just figure out what direction the furs land and make sure it goes back. Tie one to each side. You can make them about the same length. You can come back and trim them after you're done. Oh, son of a bitch. Alright. Time out. Alright, I can tell I'm going to like this Eagle Claw hook. Seems to be pretty sharp. Cut right through my thread there, so back up and running now. I got to tie back in. Make sure I get a few good wraps with this thread on that zonker strip. Cut off the extra from the last time. Okay. What I'll do now is I've got the two strips here. You can see the length that I like to use. It's about, it looks like I need to take about a 1/4 inch off of both of these. So I hold them together. Make sure I don't cut the fur. There. Then I also like to take them and trim back the fur that's up here closer to the hook. Because this is a bottom bouncer, now I flip over the hook here. Do a little more trimming here. Black rubber leg. I'll tie in for the antennae. Basically just fold that in half over the hook. Come in here. Get it started. Then I like to position it on top of the hook shank, facing rearward. Down just a smidge. Next I'm going to tie in copper wire. I want a pretty good length of this stuff because I'm going to be wrapping it over the chenille body. It's best to not run out halfway through. So I always make sure I put on a nice long enough one, and if it's too long I can trim it. And here I got a saddle hackle olive, already kind of roughed it up a little bit. Tie that in. Same way you would with a woolly bugger. And last but not least, I have a little piece of, it's called thin skin. Just dropped it. Looks like this. Packaging looks like this. I've trimmed it down to a point to make it easier to tie in. Just peel it off the backing here. Maybe. Tie that in. Now you want to make sure this is pretty well centered. And go ahead and bring our thread all the way back to where we're going to start the chenille body, which I have here, just olive colored medium chenille. Go ahead and tie that in now. And bring the thread on up to the front of the fly. And now we wrap. It's a pretty crappy hackle I've got here. It doesn't want to separate. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this thin skin over the top, but before we do that we want to trim up this hackle so it can sit straight. Basically you want to trim down this hackle to look like legs. Fold that on forward. Finally, that brass copper wire. Try not to mash down your hackle too much. When we're done, we're going to come back through and pick that out. Anyway. So now we're done tying. Add a whip finish. Apply your favorite glue. can see the hackle on my sample fly is quite a bit shorter, so what I like to do is I like to come back in and trim this up a little bit. Like I said, I'm not really happy with the quality of the hackle I bought, but you make it work. So, there you have it.